Welcome to Football Guys Sunday Morning Live. I am Joey Wright, joined this week. Well, always. What was that? Is that my TV? Guys, yes, I had the intro going perfect. And it, no, what is that?
What is
Sorry,
what?
guys.
You okay,
Terrible
Joey?
opening to the show. Welcome to Football Guys Sunday Morning Live. A bunch of commercials just played in my ear, and I thought Jagger hit the wrong music cue. No, that's Joey. Welcome to Football Guys Sunday Morning Live. Joined, as me, Joey, who messes everything up, but always Jagger May, who was perfect this morning and not messing things up. Also with us today, Jeff is out. Him and Adam both are gone. We don't know what happened. We don't know if they're kicked off the show. Tune in next week to find out. But Julia Papworth, you are in here with us today. How are you doing today?
Hello, I'm great. I love that photo that you took.
Yeah, I hunted your Instagram down, and that is the one photo where I could remotely get something where you're by yourself. You're a very people person in all your photos. You're not like a selfie queen or anything like that.
I am, and I also know exactly who you cut out of that photo because I know what it is.
Yeah.
Who'd she cut out of the photo?
Don't
my
remember.
friend
I made that 4 weeks ago.
My friend Anna Rose.
Anna Rose? Oh,
yes,
Anna
good
Rose.
old Anna
Where
Rose.
is she at? I don't think she's on the show today.
No, she's
well, guys,
not.
We're going to be here with you today until 12:30. Hope you guys are enjoying the London game. Jagger, sorry for the score, but Brian Thomas Jr. is showing out today. Yeah. That's wonderful to see. Julia will be with us for the first half hour. Coming in during the second half hour will be our buddy Hutchinson Brown. He's been on quite a few times this year. We love Hutch. And then in the last half hour, we actually have a real doctor today. Dr. Vig will be on here with us to break down some of these injuries. Sorry, Adam. I didn't mean But no, I think Vig, he actually operates on children. He's like a real doctor. And not Children's Hospital, the TV show, a real hospital in Columbus, Ohio. So we're excited to have Vig on.
That was good. Yeah, that's what I was concerned about. Yeah.
This show has no rails today. We are we're just having a blast. But guys, let's take a look at some of these injuries real quick. Let's pull those up as we move through these wonderful slides that Dylan put together. Dylan, a bang up job today on these slides today, buddy. All right, out today that we know for sure. Jonathan Taylor, Tajay Spears. Sorry, all you zero RB drafters. Tajay Spears will not be in today. Jerome Ford, you're going to have to wait another week on TJ Hawkinson. Dallas Goedert out for the Eagles today. And Jawan Jennings. None of those players will be on the field today. So if you have them in your lineups, get them out. All right. Questionable today. And a lot of these questionable tags, actually, we just haven't gotten confirmation from the head coaches, but we have heard most of them will be playing today. Kenneth Walker was the late addition, so he's at the top of the list. If you've got Kenneth Walker, make sure you've got a substitute to go in there for him, need be. Ray Davis, questionable. Dontavian Wicks, Josh Downs, Alec Pierce, Michael Pittman Jr. So a trio of Colts wide receivers, but all three are expected to play, but they have not officially been declared active. Zamir White, Juju Smith-Schuster, Rashad White, Ladd McConkey, and Brian Robinson Jr. Jagger, I want to ask you about the Buccaneers running back situation. We've heard the head coach come out and say that Tucker earned a role last week and it's going to be a three-headed monster. Which one of these three guys do you think is going to get the short end of the stick, say, a couple weeks from now?
I think it's going to be Sean Tucker. Rashad White, as much as people don't like him as a rusher, he's really good on third down and a really good pass catcher. What's kept Sean Tucker off the field is the little things that don't look great on film to people who only are just casual watchers. He just struggles with pickups. He struggles in pass protection. He just misses little things. I think he's going to get touches, but I think Bucky Irvin and Rashad White have the clear roles that they can depend on.
And Julie, you're over there on the West Coast. I want to talk to you about Ladd McConkey a little bit. Justin Herbert's had a real tough time getting going. He's not going to have Quentin Johnston today. It looks like he's going to be out as well. Do you think it could be a bounce back game today against your Arizona Cardinals?
Oh, God, you set me up for that completely, didn't you? Well, I don't know if you know, Joey, but the Arizona Cardinals don't love to play defense. So if there is a chance for that, it's this week. They're coming off a bye, right? The Chargers had the bye last week. So didn't they? Yeah, they were. So they are a little more fresh, I think. Look, the only thing they love to run that ball. They're like the slowest pace of play, I think, of any of the teams this year. And they are going to try to just kill it on the ground. But I think if there's anyone who could bounce back, it is McConkey. And I think Herbert's going to be a little more fresh. So they're going to attack a little bit if they're throwing it to him. And can't wait to see that.
Well, good news. And I didn't put it on any of the slides, but Marvin Harrison Jr. is going to play today. Came out of concussion protocol. So there's some good news right off the top. Marvin Harrison Jr., if you've got him, he's on your bench, get him in your lineups. He's going to be dynamite today. Expected to play today, Nick Chubb. Welcome back, Nick Chubb. The Browns need you. Hopefully they can turn that season around with some Nick Chubb. Deontay Johnson expected to play today. Sad news, Mason Rudolph will be starting for the Tennessee Titans.
Can I ask a
good news?
Yeah, it could be. Can I ask a Deontay Johnson question of you guys?
Yes,
do you
please.
think he is suffering from the Devontae Adams hamstring situation? Like, do we think that he is really trying to get out of Carolina?
I mean, his whole point was to develop Bryce Young, of him being there. And now that they're clearly tanking and Bryce Young's not developed, why not go to somewhere like the Patriots where they need someone who can get right now?
Drake May has looked good.
He doesn't look bad, right?
He's playing today, but he looks
He's
good.
a sweetheart. I think we're all on the Drake May bandwagon.
What I was going to say about Mason Rudolph, I do not like Mason Rudolph as a person or on the field, but that's not about what the show's about. I was in Nashville during the preseason for the Tennessee Titans and had a free ticket to go to the game, and I was all ready to go. And then it came out that Mason Rudolph would be starting, and I stayed at my hotel and got some extra sleep. So that's what I think of Mason Rudolph. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I just do not like him. James Cook, expected to play today. Trey Sermon starting for the Colts. Anthony Richardson also expected to be out there today. And the end just kind of bleeds into that little horseshoe, doesn't it? Aaron Jones, Mike Evans, and Ricky Pearsall making his season debut today for the 49ers with Jawan Jennings being out. Julia, do you think that could be a spark for Ricky Pearsall in this lineup today?
I mean, I think there's so much spark here for Pearsall. Like, what is it? It's been 50 days since he's been shot. Like, I remember when Brian Robinson came back, and it was just like, I think the same thing's going to happen. They're at home. He's going to come out. That's the one tool that the Niners didn't have against the Chiefs, right? Like, so why not throw it all at him, new stuff. And I think he is going to be so pumped to be out there. The team is so pumped to have him. And whether or not he has an amazing game or whether it's just one big play or something like that, I think we're going to see some Pearsall for sure. I think I wouldn't be starting him right now because you got to see what they're going to do. I believe there's some people who are probably forced to just start him with what they have injury wise, but I'm really excited. Is it the man in the corner? Yeah. The man with the gray hat. Yeah, tell me about it. But you know what? I could see him catching that 65-yard pass and a touchdown. And there you go. You'd be happy, right?
Hopefully he gets that cool entrance like Brian Thomas. Brian Robinson.
Brian Robinson.
Smoke.
He 100% will. You know he will.
All right. And not expected to play today. What'd you say?
Come out to Many Men by 50 Cent.
Yeah.
What is he to do? No, it is.
Ricky Pearsall walked away from that shooting, by the way. That video of him just like walking is like, dude.
Dude, he's hardcore.
This guy's real.
Yeah, he's really real.
Not expected to play today. Cooper Kupp, Will Levis, not expected to play. Jacoby Myers and Quentin Johnston. But guys, we're here to answer some starts and sits. So let's hop into those questions now. Dane, right off the top today. Morning, boys and girls. Okay. Early start with a Sunday tea time. Hey, hit them straight and long. Thanks for your help. You're very welcome. Downs or JSN and Downs or Waddle. Okay, two separate leagues. So let's just address the first one. JSN or Downs, Jagger?
I think I'm going to put in Downs for right now, even with Anthony Richardson in, because Miami's been really bad and one of their best secondary defenders, and Javon Holland is gone. And then with JSN, he's just not a target hog right now. So I would just rather have the person who is a target hog.
Okay. And Julia, we'll go to you on Downs or Waddle.
Oh, gross. Yeah, I'm not going to lie to you. I have to start Jalen Waddle some places too, and I'm very frightened about doing it. I probably would go on the downside as well, just like Jagger said. Target hog. It's even with Richardson out there, it's clear that that's the connection. So you just hope that he actually connects.
Perfect. SK in here. Good morning. Good morning to you. Tight end, PPR, Pitts or Andrews, Julia?
I think I would go Kyle Pitts here. They're playing Detroit. Who are they playing? I can't remember. Atlanta.
They're playing on
Seattle. They're playing Seattle, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Seattle,
I think
they have Reek Woolens out right now, and it's one of the highest projected points. It's like 52 and a half. That's the highest I've seen this season. So
yeah, I'm starting Cousins over several quarterbacks that I have. So I think that game is a great game for points. And Andrews still just scares me. That Baltimore offense still frightens me.
Hey, football guys in here. Julia or Jeff? That's just rude. The answer is Julia. All right, Citron Physics. Welcome in, as always. Hey, guys. Hi. How's it going?
Hi.
Tyreek Hill or Darnell Mooney? Jagger, we'll go to you.
I'm going to take Darnell Mooney. I don't talk about a target hog. This dude came back from the dead this season.
Mm-hmm. And then Julia, we'll go Mahomes or Rodgers. How far is Mahomes down for you?
Oh God. That's a really tough one. I think that crap. Okay. I have some personal belief in the San Francisco defense. And so part of me would lean Rodgers just because of this Devontae Adams story. And I think he's going to get peppered with targets. I think there's going to be some touchdowns, but I wouldn't fault anyone for taking a slightly safer Mahomes, even though he hasn't been as safe as we've usually seen him.
And you were in Levi Stadium not too long ago, weren't you?
I was. It was a fantastic outing. Saw my Arizona Cardinals beat the San Francisco 49ers, got a heck of a sunburn, and there was like 5 of us there cheering on the Cardinals, and it was delightful. It was delightful.
How were the 49ers fans in respect towards you? Were they nice?
My husband was lovely, and the 2 people that were to my left were great. But I did get called some names, and that was fine when I was standing up and cheering at the end. And I was very like, "Come at me, bro." And my husband pulled me down and said, "Let's maybe not do that, and let's make it out of here alive." But yeah, it was great. I had a great time. I had a little chat with Trey McBride. I like to think we're friends now. So
okay, that's good.
Yeah.
I feel like, we love Alex here on the show, but I don't think he would need to hold you back necessarily.
No, I don't think he would.
I think you could hold your own. All right.
I could hold my own. Yes.
Football guys, coming some questions from Twitter. I pulled these off there earlier today. People were in there asking us questions as we put the show link up, and I said, "Come to the show. We'll answer them on there." So, Breece Hall or David Montgomery in the flex? Jagger.
I think I'm going to take Breece Hall here, or excuse me, David Montgomery here. David Montgomery is just a week-to-week top 10 back, regardless of matchup, because of how that offense is going. And the Jets are going against the Steelers, who just got Alex Highsmith back as well. So that's pretty scary.
It might be a tough matchup. I would also go David Montgomery, but let me just put a little advice here. If David Montgomery has a bad game today, go trade for him. This Vikings defense is really good. And David Montgomery is one of those sneaky players that does turn in top 10 value every week, but he's not perceived that way because it's a 2-headed monster. It's a big monster there with the Lions. So if he has a bad game today, go out and trade for him. I think you get really good value for him. Okay, and another question from Twitter. Brian Robinson Jr., J.K. Dobbins, Aaron Jones, and Joe Mixon, Julia. Pick 2 of them.
Brian Robinson, because Carolina, and I think you play any part of any team that's playing against Carolina at this point. And who's Mixon playing? I forgot. Who are they playing? Green Bay.
Bay.
Yeah, you know what? I think I might lean towards Joe Mixon there. Aaron Jones has been fighting a little bit of injury there, so I could see them moving that ball around. I do love J.K. Dobbins, but I'm always afraid he's going to break something when he's running because he is slightly elderly. And yeah, I think I would just go with the consistency of Joe Mixon there. So,
wow, J.K. Dobbins just catching strays on the show today. Great to be here. Go ahead.
Support him. He's one of me, so we're both elderly.
Which 2 running backs would you start and have PPR? Jagger, I'm going to lay them out for you. David Montgomery, Kareem Hunt, Chase Brown, Najee Harris, and Tyrone Tracy. I kind of want to talk about Tyrone Tracy. Go ahead, Jagger.
David Montgomery and Najee Harris for me. I've already talked about David Montgomery, but I like the matchup with Najee Harris. Cordell Patterson's out, so Arthur Smith can't put out his best friend. And weirdly enough, Jalen Warren, I don't know what's going on there, and he's been slow to roll out. So even though Najee's an ugly start, he has been productive.
Perfect. So with Tyrone Tracy, earlier friend of the show, he has a show on this network, Dave Kluge, asked, guys, do you think Tyrone Tracy or Devin Singletary, who's going to be back today, will have a better game today? And I was puzzled because I think what we've seen out of Tracy has been really solid. Julia, do you think that the Giants might ease Singletary back in a little bit?
I think they will ease him back in. My only fear is that Dable just loves Singletary. I think Tyrone Tracy I think he's better. I think we should see more of him. I think the Giants drafted really well with him. And I think hopefully he has a great game this week too, to show like, hey, we can have this be a 50-50 split. We don't have to put it all on Singletary. But I think I might start Tyrone Tracy over Singletary today.
Excellent. Luca. Hey, Luca, how's it going? Good morning, guys. Well, thanks for always being here. Need 2. McLaurin, Flowers, Dell, or Addison? Julia, pick 2 of them.
Okay. Again, McLaurin. We're playing everyone who's playing against Carolina. And I think Addison has a fantastic matchup. I am starting him. He's the one person I was talking to Joey before we started, and I ended up benching Brian Thomas, and I actually put in Addison instead. I think he's going to have a very big game today. So I would put in those 2 guys.
Really, I'd want to know what's in your flex because the Flowers is a top 10 wide receiver for me as well, going against the Buccaneers. So really, it's more about like Dell is the only one that has any questions, and I would try to get at least 3 of these guys on your lineup if you can.
Yeah, Jagger read my mind. I don't hate the Addison play or the McLaurin play. I would probably go Flowers over McLaurin actually, and I play Flowers and Addison. But find a way to get those 3 guys in your lineup, Luca. And thanks for bragging about your wide receivers because we know that's really Epidemic 619. That's like, is that a San Diego epidemic? Is that what that is?
Booyaka 619. Sorry.
Whoa, Jagger, are you dropping a pro wrestling reference on me today?
Yeah, my family likes pro wrestling. I just don't.
What that is? What is that?
A Rey Mysterio Jr. reference. Thank you, Jagger. Hola, mi amigos. Full PPR. Should I roll with Kraft or La Puerta? Julia, pick a tight end.
I love the pronunciation. I'm going to go La Puerta.
All right. And Luca, another one. Hunt or Dobbins? Jagger.
I think I'm gonna take Dobbins here. I think the Chargers are going to come out with the win, and they're actually favored by Vegas, and that means if they're winning, they're controlling the clock.
I'm going to add another player in Hubbard. Would you go Hubbard over? You go.
Yeah, Hubbard's a guy.
He's been
so great.
Chuba Hubbard, if you happen to see this live stream, I'm sorry. I wasn't familiar with your game.
Yeah, no, one of the pieces of advice that I know that Dave and Alfredo gave this season was, draft Jonathan Brooks. Okay, he's still on the IR, but get Chuba Hubbard. And, the second part of it, we just thought, let's pick up Chuba Hubbard. That's been the part that's been helping you win leagues this year. So, yeah good job on that, guys. Dave from his burner. Dave knows his joke. Daniel Jones or Patrick Mahomes? We're down bad. Julia.
Oh, God. This is where we're at in fantasy football, right? Oh, good Lord. I think I still have to start. I feel like I still have to start Mahomes. Like, yeah. I don't know if I have the. Can I say balls? Balls is okay. I don't know if I have the balls to start. Yeah, touche. Sorry, sorry, Joe. I don't know if I have the balls to start Daniel Jones ahead of Pat Mahomes. Patrick, excuse me. Sorry.
You asked if you could say it, and then you said it.
I know that I did.
It's actually Pat.
All right.
So
Yeah.
And then Jagger, we'll go with you, the kicker, so you don't say balls. Richard or McManus? Where are we going?
Is it weird to say McManus besides all the reasons why it's weird to say McManus?
Oh, here's our head of content coming to fire me. Start one in the flex. Point per tater. Frodo, Sam, Pippin, and Mary.
That's Fredo, you know the
Jagger.
answer to that. That's Sam easily. Like he's the king
Oh,
of taters.
Potatoes.
Yeah.
Annie, thank you for being here and bringing us that beautiful sunrise or sunset. I don't know if you're facing east or west, so I can't confirm that. Morning, guys. Kyler or Gino? Ooh, that's a great question, Annie. I was dealing with this one this morning. Julia, we'll go to you.
It pains me. It pains me to say this, but I think I'm gonna go Gino. That we talked about it earlier. Like, what is it? The highest
52
total on
and a
the
half
slate, I think.
points.
Yeah. And I have to. I don't feel good about it. I'm sorry, Kyler, but I would go Gino.
An ESM 1957. In here, that's a good year. Good morning. Quite the dilemma today. Well, you should have seen the top of the show when I had a dilemma. 1 point per reception. Have to pull one of these players today. Achane, Dobbins, Metcalf, Reed, McLaurin, or Neighbors. So, Jagger, pull one of those guys. Which one are you pulling?
Probably Metcalf. No Dobbins. No. Yeah. Achane. I'm sorry. Yeah, Achane. That I get it. This is a tough problem, and I wish I had these issues. But Achane is the only one in an offense I'm not really sure about right now.
I need to play in more home leagues. Like, ESM. Congratulations on this lineup you got there.
Life is so hard for ESM 1957.
Adam, fire the cannons. Welcome in, buddy. Good morning, football guys. 1 point. Let's see. Perception. Pickens, Garrett Wilson, or JSN. Julia, we'll go to you.
Blurg. Pre Devontae Adams, I probably would have said Garrett Wilson, and I still think he's going to be a fine starting fantasy asset, but I think I would go Pickens here. Like Jagger said earlier, JSN really isn't. We're not seeing like the full amount there. Yeah, that's what I would say. Pickens.
Leave JJ and Godwin in your two
yes
spots. Both are top 5 for me this week.
Yeah.
JJ should have
Godwin should have a great game too.
Yeah.
Man, Godwin back in the slot has just been
so good, man. It's so good.
Yeah.
Is Mike Evans gonna play? We don't know for sure, right?
He is. He was pulled off the injury report. So Mike Evans will be out there, and I will be in my creamsicle jersey Monday night at a sports bar yet to be determined in the Central Florida area, cheering on my Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
I'm so excited for you.
I am too. They're gonna lose.
It's
So here's the thing. I have won every Bucs side bet that I've made this year, and I'm bound to lose one. And I made one with JL Garofalo from Front Yard Fantasy, and I will lose that side bet. All right. Juju versus San Francisco, or Marvin Harrison the second versus the Bolts and half PPR Jagger.
I actually really like Juju here because the 49ers have a really good front seven, but they've really struggled in the secondary and with their safeties. So Juju should have a really good game here against Marvin Harrison Jr. And I've got him ranked uncomfortably high.
Toby, I want to just kind of shout you out here. This is a very dog-friendly show, but congratulations to you by being, very forward with showing that you have cats. I have a cat too. So
multiple.
We love dogs, but we don't mind cats. So you brought 2 to the table today. So thank you.
My cat's right back here sleeping.
Mm-hmm.
I'm allergic.
That's
you?
Yeah, I love cats and their independence, but I can't do it.
I feel like a cat just walked in the room. My nose started itching.
Bet you can't eat cilantro either.
Is that related?
No, I'm just.
When I was a kid, my parents say eat your vegetables first when we go out to eat, and I'd always eat the green cilantro that the restaurants put on the plate, and this is awful, and they never stopped me, and I don't know why they did that. All right, 1 point per reception. Aaron Jones with the hammy or Tracy Jr. Thanks as always for your valuable insight. I don't know if it's valuable, but it is. Thank you, Julia. Get some valuable insight.
Well, Tyrone Tracy also has a hamstring, so they both
Mhm.
do. But I would say Tyrone Tracy actually.
So blow your mind. I have a hamstring too, guys.
We all do. We have 2.
Look at Tim coming to the table. Oh, that's a good boy or
That's
girl
a
right there.
good boy.
Half
The
PPR.
best.
Pollard or Metcalf, Jagger.
I'm going to roll with Pollard here. I think he's going to be the only offense for the Titans. It's going to be Pollard left, Pollard right, and Tajay Spears is out as well.
Awesome. The Tootsie Pop, Rachel.
Hi, Rachel.
Good morning. We love
Rachel.
you. Scott Fishbowl, pick one. Moss, Slayton, or Schultz. Julia, give our good friend some advice.
Oh, Blurg. Slayton's been actually doing okay lately, and I think he can still eat with neighbors there. And I actually think he might. Yeah, I'm gonna go Slayton.
Okay. Hutchinson Brown, he's backstage and he's sitting in a library on his cell phone when he should be studying. Good morning, you guys. Excited to jump on the show soon with a smiley face.
Oh,
Hutchinson,
look at him.
I can't tell you how excited I am for 4 minutes from now. It's just
I'm
going to
not.
be. Oh, wow.
Okay.
Boom on it. Let's see if he's smiling. Let's see. He's laughing down there,
Okay.
guys.
Is he? There he goes.
Oh, John Holmes is in here. He's got a big question for us. 1 point per reception, 4 points quarterback after throwing a TD. Need to start either Kyler Murray or Jared Goff. And he's got Amon-Ra St. Brown starting. You're going to keep Amon-Ra St. Brown starting, regardless of who this quarterback decision is. Jagger, Kyler, or Jared?
Because he has Amon-Ra St. Brown, I'm going to say Jared Goff.
Double those points. Double your pleasure, double your fun, John Holmes.
Double.
All right, Brandon Earl. Is Aaron Jones going to play?
So far.
Looks like it.
Hold on. Outlook looks good. What does it Magic 8 Ball say?
Somebody shake Julia.
That actually kind of worked.
Oh Lord.
Oh gosh. Yeah, Aaron Jones is going to play. How well he's going to play, that's another question.
I
think he's a RB2 this week, I'd say. And then John Holmes came back for more. Need one, Kincaid or Njoku?
Kincaid. Yeah, because he's not a Brown.
Yeah.
I think Deshaun Watson has ruined David Njoku.
Can we please have Jameis?
They're not going to do it. If they haven't done it by now, I don't think they're going to.
It would just, besides the actual football stuff, the joy it would infuse into that locker room is like, maybe they don't want joy.
I don't think they do. Yeah. They're building a new stadium. What they're going to put in there, I don't know.
Cool.
Thomas
The taxpayers.
I saw the picture of it and I was like, that looks really nice. Too bad the Browns are going to play in it. Thomas Edhard, full PPR. Do I start Achane, Hunt, Juju, or Christian Watson? Jagger.
Juju.
Yeah. Wow, what a team there, bro. Love Monty Evans, Dal Mooney.
Good for you, Tommy, me boy.
Yeah. He looks like he would be a king on like Game of Thrones. And I feel like he'd be the
his
king
name is Eddard. Yeah, his name is Eddard.
2 N's and the 2 D's.
Thomas Eddard. Yes, that's good.
Thomas. I like that. Mm-hmm.
Tom Ned.
Yeah.
Thomas.
He would die in season 2 and we'd all cry. Julia is better than Jeff. Oh, Julia's taking the house here.
No.
So Julia is better than Jeff, Joey, Jagger, Alfredo, and Dave.
My cat is better than your cats.
Yeah,
so
actually, I don't like cats. I saw a dead one on the way here to drive to my studio, and I kind of laughed a little bit. So,
oh wow,
Joseph.
Thanks for being here, Toby. That's fun. Heidi Williams, morning. Running back, need one. PPR. Bucky Irving, Alexander Madison, Ty Chandler, or Raheem Mostert. Julia, which one of those studly running backs are you going to start?
Even though Madison is the only thing in town over there, I think I might lean more Bucky. I just love Bucky. I think I like him a lot. I think it's a tough matchup for Chandler, and I'm still a little confused in Miami.
I had the jersey in my cart last week, and I was hovering. I was like, nah, I can't do it.
Dude, I was very pro Bucky coming out of the draft.
Oh, Julia, this is it for you.
Get
Oh,
You off.
okay.
Get
Okay,
off.
now.
guys.
Thank you so much for being here. Do you have any parting
such
words
joy.
for our audience today?
I don't go Cardinals. Let's hope we
Mm-hmm.
don't get massacred. So there's that.
Always a pleasure. And you'll be back with us, I think, again in about a month.
Yeah, I
thank
think
you
so
so much,
too.
Julia. But you got to leave now. Bye. And that brings us to the exciting moment of the show. Oh, do your magic, Jagger. Switch them. Hutchinson
Hello.
Brown. How are you doing today, buddy?
I'm doing so fantastic, man. I've been looking forward to this all week.
I have been looking forward to this since Thursday because that's when I opened up the document to see who was going to be on the show and saw that the schedule got a little moved around with Jeff and Adam not being on. So I got super pumped on Thursday. So I wish you would have reached out to me earlier so I could have been more excited with you all week. But nope, you just wanted to let me find out on my own. So thank you.
My bad.
Hutchinson.
My bad.
Glad to have you back, buddy. You filled in for us a couple times this year. After your segment today, you're going to be hopping over to the Discord to the AMA. So
Yes,
anyone that doesn't get their questions answered here today, hop over to the Discord, the Football Guys Discord, and Hutchinson will be there answering all of those questions up until kickoff. Well, let's hop right into it. Norman E. Morning all. No PPR, so just standard. Deontay Johnson, Jamison Williams, or Tyrone Tracy. Hutchinson. No PPR. Where are we going?
Ooh, I'm gonna go with JMO here. Actually, non-PPR
Okay.
wants me, makes me lean towards bigger plays, and I think I'm gonna go with Jamison Williams here. He has big play upside, the touchdown upside, and this should be a big game with Minnesota. I'm thinking these are two really good offenses. I think Detroit's gonna have to score here.
Perfect. And Jagger, I'm not going to put you on the spot. I'm going to go look at the score of the Patriots Jaguars game because I'd like to know.
25-10. It's not good, Bob.
Sorry. And then Terminal Sarcasm changed his avatar for us. That is a beautiful, looks like a black Labrador. Beautiful dog. Morning.
He looks like an
Morning,
old
buddy.
boy. He's got a little gray mustache there.
He does.
Or girl.
Mm-hmm. Or girl. All right. And Mr. Scamper's in here. You know what? We have had a chat cat before. So those two black cats earlier, Scampers, you should have been here. There's two cats looking for you. They're starting to attract them in. Good morning, beautiful people. Good morning to you, Scampers. Andrea, good morning. Oh, people just love when they wish us good morning. Heidi Williams in here. Flex, PPR, need one between Waddle, McConkey, and Jamison Williams. Jagger, we'll go to you.
It's Jamison Williams. If you want a high upside, McConkey, I know he's been struggling and he had the questionable tag, and I'm looking right now to see if I got any updates. Kenneth Walker is active. That's it.
Ooh.
That's not the question, but that just happened, and I still stick with
Awesome.
Jamison Williams.
Okay, so earlier
Agreed.
you mentioned that we questionable on Kenneth Walker because he's a late addition to that injury report. So if you're watching us and I told you to sit Kenneth Walker, I didn't tell you to sit him. I just said, be aware. So, hey, put him in
It
your
helps
lineup.
that it's an illness is what it said. It's not like an injury or anything like that. So maybe he has some bubble guts or something. I don't know.
I had the bubble guts a couple weeks ago. All right. Andrea, Brian Robinson Jr., if he plays, or Devontae Adams. Hutchinson, how would you feel about starting Devontae Adams in his first game back with Aaron Rodgers today? Just give me
Honestly,
some magic on the field.
Honestly, I'm fully confident in it. I mean, you know, it's not really a statistical thing for me. I mean, you can mention the stats that Devontae Adams and Aaron Rodgers have put up together in Green Bay, but you saw in the videos in practice this week, these two just have a relationship. They're perfect together. They know each other so well. I think it's going to be first week. It's not like they're not going to miss a beat. I think that he's going to be just fine for fantasy. I would play Devontae Adams here over Brian Robinson Jr. It's a tough call, though. Those are two very good options.
I have Brian Robinson pretty high this week.
It's fair.
All right. Terminal Sarcasm, PPR Flex, Fant or Algier? Jagger.
Ooh. I think I'm going to put in Fant right now. He's earned targets. Geno's leading the league in yards right now. Algier is getting them carries, but then those are the ugly carries, and the only thing they're doing is hurting Bijan, not really like helping Algier owners or anything like that. So,
when I was in high school, we had a girl that we called Ugly Carrie, and I thought it was really mean.
oh wow, you named a girl. You called a girl named
I
Carrie
didn't call her
ugly.
that. People called her that. They called her Ugly Carrie.
Apparently,
And
they
you just
missed
said
that
ugly
movie.
carries, and it just that memory just came flooding in. So, Now she's like on a Bravo show, I think. So
Oh wow, good for her.
Adam P. It's kind of a twist there. Gino or Burrow? Good morning, Julia. Well, she's gone, Adam. You missed your shot. You got a family. What are you doing? Get. Hutchinson, Gino or Burrow?
Oh, that's difficult. I'm gonna go with Geno Smith here. Actually, the Seattle Atlanta game should be incredibly high scoring. These are two offenses that have put up at least 48 points in their last 3 games total combined between the two teams. Like their games get high scoring, and these two teams together should be a fun game. I'm gonna go Geno Smith, and I think you want a lot of options in this game.
Excellent. Let's see. I lost my place, but I'm right back where I started. Mark Andrews or Tucker Kraft, Andrea? I mean, Jagger. I don't know why I'm asking Andrea to answer her own question.
You
Jagger.
tell me, Andrea. Who do you want? And,
she's good. She's good too.
Yeah,
I lost to her in the Discord league.
It's Tucker Kraft for me. I do have Mark Andrews ranked in the top 10 because we saw some life and he's playing the Buccaneers and that means something. But at least Tucker Kraft is a part of the offense for sure. Like I know Tucker Kraft is someone that they believe in, whereas the Ravens, they just like Flowers. And I keep saying it's Flowers and it's Justice Hill. And then everyone else, it just depends on the day.
Perfect. Andy and Renee Nelson. Morning, everyone. Lovely week. Love the weekly Beating the Waiver Wire article, Julia. Oh, I'm sure she would say thanks, but she's not here to see that.
I'm not going to tell her that.
On to her, though.
No, we won't never tell her that.
I'm not telling her? No, look at Hutchinson telling jokes. Oscar O. Half PPR. If Walker and Brian Robinson Jr. doesn't play, Mostert or Juju in the flex?
Juju.
Yeah, it would be Juju.
Juju's been a popular player around Football Guys this week. I know Dave and Alfredo were really, really heavy on Juju this week.
He's Rashi Rice Sr. So.
No, for real. When you look at the no, for real though, man. When you look at Juju's route tree last week, or 2 weeks ago, sorry, because you were on bye last week. When you look at the route tree, you look at where the targets were on the field, it was literally just Rashee Rice. It was just exactly the same thing. They just put him in that role. And I mean, the previous 2 seasons to this year, Juju Smith-Schuster saw 170 plus targets in this offense, or he's on pace to in his healthy games. He's been involved before. He can totally be involved now.
Sometimes it's the little ones that get you.
Yeah.
Hutchinson, great insight there. Sorry that
I tried to bring it back, but you two were just cackling in the corner. I was just trying to talk.
Gosh.
No, we need that. One of us has to be serious that whole time.
Yeah.
just one. Yeah,
just one of us has to bring it out.
Whatever they want.
Oh, come on, guys.
All right. Tyrone Tracy, Lad McConkey, Khalil Shakir, or Christian Watson for the flex. Jagger. And he's projected to lose this week. Well, why are you here, loser? No, kidding.
If you're projected to lose, then we're going to shoot for some upside. And it's Tyrone Tracy Jr. I still believe in Shakir. I just need to see what they're going to do now that they're bringing Amari Cooper in, because I think Amari Cooper says more about Mac Hollins and Curtis Samuel and then Keon Coleman than it does Khalil Shakir. And that's to bring that back to the Jets too. Everyone's just like, I'm worried about Garrett Wilson. I'm like, you got Alan Lazard out there catching passes. I think Garrett Wilson will be fine.
Yeah, and also one quick thing to add to that, they're playing the Titans this week, and they're playing Mason Rudolph, and the Titans are they're hashtag not good. The Bills should be able to beat this team handily, and they have James Cook back. Ray Davis, I believe, is healthy too. He's playing as well from what I've seen. Can you guys confirm that?
Well, Ray Davis he's listed as questionable, and it's one of those weird questionables where the coaches have not really talked much about it. So
okay, all right.
In mystery.
At least they have James Cook. So they have James Cook at least, though, because he's expected to play. So they should be able to run the football a lot and manage the clock and not have to throw a ton. And you already add in the confusion with Amari Cooper. Shakir is a tough one for me this week. I agree with Jagger on that start with I agree on Jagger with that decision.
I lost my place again because I keep going to the private chat. Hutch, I'm going to put you on blast.
Oh yeah, please go for it. Yeah, don't put me on blast.
I told them that hey guys, because the London games, not as many questions in this week, so feel free to vamp, which means feel free to expand a little bit. And Hutchinson said he had to Google vamp.
I did. I did not know what that word meant.
What's the definition of vamp, Hutchinson.
The definition of vamp is, so I Googled it and it says in jazz or popular music, and it's kind of like just to like just branch out and kind of just like
Riff.
freelance it, you know? That's
Yeah.
kind of what it means. That's kind of what Google said. And when you like the first thing I saw when I saw vamp was like, is it short for vampire? I had no idea what that word meant. No idea what that word meant. So I had to Google it.
You should
I was
steal
saying-
our ideas, is what it is.
Yeah. Yeah. I want you to eat Jagger on the show today. That's you too. No, so do you have your saxophone so you can vamp a little bit for us?
I do not have a
Okay.
saxophone. No,
Okay, so I'll
I
have to-
do. I was in a 4th grade band. I played trombone once. I played trombone for
Really?
like a year in 4th grade, and that
I'm
was it.
sure that was
that's
amazing.
the extent of my
Fourth grade
musical
trombone
career.
player.
That's the extent of my
played-
musical career. Is
I played
is trombone.
brass, so I played trumpet, trombone, baritone, and tuba.
Do you have one off camera right now?
No, I don't. I think I have a saxophone somewhere. Saxophone's pretty easy too. You can play
Next
like
week,
two, if you could play like 2 or 3 of these instruments well, you could play like a lot. So
I need you 1 week to surprise me. Don't tell me when it's going to be. Just start playing Careless Whisper when I read a question.
Oh my
Just one time.
gosh! Please.
Don't tell me when you're doing it though. Unless you do the
Okay.
Halloween episode, when I will dress like George Michael if you do it and maybe sing. I don't know.
Oh,
Oh man.
Michael,
I already kind of look like him a little bit when I
a
wear
little
the,
bit.
when I wear the jacket. He was my
Mhm.
hero as a kid. Like I love George Michael. I couldn't wait till I could grow a 5 o'clock shadow. Just ruined his career. Oh gosh. Scampers, we did not answer that one. Hutchinson, did you get that joke? Okay. That happened, I think, before you were born. Hutchinson, I know Hoosier Devo 5. Joey, oh goodness. If Kenneth Walker doesn't play on our birthday, happy birthday. A sneaky way to sneak that in. If you want to say happy birthday, just tell us.
It's really aggressive. Our birthday.
Yeah.
Are there multiple people inside of you? Or are you like a twin?
Oh my God.
We are legion and we are many.
Hoosier Devos is one of the characters from Split that James McAvoy
Oh.
plays. So yeah.
Oh.
No, I just made that up.
Oh, okay. Well, I believed you.
All right, let's get back to the start sit stuff. Should I
sit,
flex
yeah.
Downs, Goodson, Juju, or Chandler? And thank you for bringing up Goodson. I kind of want to talk about him a little bit. Hutchinson, we'll go to you. Downs, Goodson, Juju, or Chandler? Who are you starting in the flex?
With Anthony Richardson now looking like he's going to be active this week, that makes this passing offense a lot more messy to me. I would play Juju Smith-Schuster, who we hyped up earlier.
Okay. About Goodson, Jagger. If you're starting a running back for the Colts today, Trey Sermon did not look good last week. He looked good.
He never
pretty much
has.
the week before that. Would you say?
So he never has looked good.
Well, the week before he gave double-digit fantasy points, at
Yeah.
least in the PPR league that I was in. Would you start Goodson over Trey Sermon this week?
Yeah, if for that scenario, yes, I would. Because like Goodson looked like an NFL player, Sermon looked like Trey Sermon. So
Oh, I love this question for all of us. We're all going to answer it. If you were to be gifted
Ooh.
one NFL jersey, what would it be? Jagger?
Oh, man.
it'd be a Randy Moss jersey. I used to have one, and it was my favorite gift I ever got, and I don't know where it went.
Hutchinson?
I mean, I've already gotten as a gift with the Derrick Henry jersey behind me. When I got that, I was like ecstatic, but I have to choose one now. Probably AJ Brown. I can't get enough of watching him play. I love AJ Brown.
Alona
these are
Mars
auto-
up there.
What's that?
Which,
I said Alona Mars up there, the rugby player.
are these autograph jerseys? Because the autograph jersey, that's a different story. I was thinking just a wear.
Still Randy Moss, either way.
Well, yeah.
Yeah,
You
good one.
kind of you chose correctly. I mean, if it's an autograph jersey, I have 2 Mike Evans jerseys, but I don't have an autographed one. So, Scampers, are you asking for Christmas? Because yes, I want a Mike Evans jersey for Christmas, autographed. That says, "To Joey, my biggest fan. You always knew I'd be a Hall of Famer." Mike Evans.
Joey would mercy or misery Mike Evans.
Love me, Mike Evans. All right.
Oh my
Uh,
goodness.
Hutchinson, Lad or Juju?
We've talked about him a lot. It's Juju. It's Juju this
Papa
week.
Juju.
Yes, sir.
Dennis Mosher. And Dennis, like, calm down. It's going to be okay. Morning, guys. Cooks or Moss? Maybe Mostert?
I do live Moss. I love to live Moss. I think it's Cooks.
I was waiting for it.
Guys, I'm a little worried about Dennis because what if like he just kind of keeled over mid question because we see that he's very excited right now, and
I hope he's in a metal band. I hope Dennis is just this old school hardcore metal dude. And
Mason.
Mason. Guys, yeah, I've got some good news.
Oh.
Dennis is okay. Dennis is okay. He came in a couple questions later.
There we go, Mason.
Mason at RB2.
Still James Cook, Adam Hutchinson, the other Hutch, told me that Mason coming off an AC joint, normally you're missing multiple weeks. So it could be one of those things where he doesn't have his normal workload. And I like James Cook's matchup, and it seems like the Bills have a good running game.
Yeah, and I would add too, Guerrero flashed last week a couple times, and I wouldn't be surprised if they was throw him in there a little bit for Mason, who tried to come in again in the game and failed. He came in one time and got a carry, and then he left again. Like, it's just, that injury is really, really concerning. I would agree to start Cook.
Breaking news. Cats don't like cilantro.
Well, you disappoint me, Scamp. So.
All right. And then I think Hoosier's telling us that he would have a Lawrence Taylor jersey.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, that is a good one.
That'd be a good one.
That's a good one.
All right. Oh, I'm not going to put that up, Hoosier. Almost got me to do it, though. Congratulations. Ooh, Art the Clown or Pennywise from Gregory Pryor the second.
It's not even close. It's Pennywise. I just watched Terrifier 1. I think I'm going to watch Terrifier 2 next week, and I'm not going to go to theaters to see Terrifier 3. So
yeah, I've heard it's gross, which I think is kind of the point to him. Hutchinson, which clown do you like?
I don't like clowns. Clowns. I don't like clowns. Clowns are one of the things that really freak me out, but I guess I'll
Which one freaks you out the most? Because that's who I picked. Pennywise freaks me out.
Pennywise, 100%. Yeah.
I'd punch Art the Clown in the face. Like, it's like, dude, you just a crazy dude with a knife.
Yeah.
Pennywise is legit like a powerful demon. Like, he's insane.
Yeah.
I'm gonna expand on Pennywise a little bit. Tim Curry Pennywise or Skarsgård Pennywise? Jagger.
Skarsgård. I know. I disagree. I knew I was.
It's a generational thing, probably.
It is.
Yeah.
I like my Pennywise when I can go watch him sing and drag in another movie and feel okay about it. So everybody watch Rocky Horror Picture Show. That's a good one. All right, terminal sarcasm. Scamper, you won if the cilantro equals soap, people. What? I feel bad for them and you.
Cilantro tastes like soap if you have a particular gene.
Actually, it is true.
Like blue jeans?
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay. Brandon Earl, half PPR. Aaron Jones or Eckler?
Oh man, that's really difficult, actually. Jagger, do you have a clear answer for?
It's Aaron Jones for me.
Okay.
Even like just because I'm not going to lose because I sat Aaron Jones.
That's fair. Yeah,
it's totally a shame thing. I will lose because I put Aaron Jones in instead of Eckler, but not the other way around.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair enough. Yeah, I'll lean with Aaron Jones with Jagger.
Scamper's
been good though. Eckler's been really solid.
Yeah. Scamper's little NHL news. The Anaheim Ducks changed their goal song off of Bro Him by Pennywise, and he hates it. Okay. I started watching hockey this week. I've been enjoying it. I don't have a team yet.
Do you want to?
Florida Panthers and Lightning are here, but I'm like, I've never met a Lightning fan I like, so I don't know. All right, terminal sarcasm. I'm getting Jacksonville as the first team to move to NFL Europe. Anyone else?
I mean, no one wants to live in Jacksonville. Like, would I rather live in Jacksonville or London?
Oh my gosh.
Joey, you live in Florida. Am I right or am I right?
Yeah, I would rather live in London.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, they keep putting in Jacksonville in London like every year, right?
Well, that's their home team. Like, they're the home team there.
Yeah.
I think they played there when they started this a couple of times
every week.
And and then people saw Trevor Lawrence and said, "That's beautiful. I'm going to make this my personality." And now the Jaguars are basically a London team.
Yeah, Con owns a football team over there, and so he owns the stadium as well, so they get to play in there for free. But yet they don't really play there that much. So I don't know. He's got ties. Jameis Winston is inactive.
Oh my god!
Ugh, gosh.
I love that Scampers is our guy on the ground. Thank you, Scampers.
Scampers is definitely a mole person. Jack, Pascal, Jack, welcome back as always. I think one of our longest viewers, Jagger. Is that correct?
Easily. Yeah, easily, Jack.
Good morning.
You're a boy,
Please
Jack.
advise one for my flex, full PPR, Amari Cooper, Nick Chubb, or Juju Smith-Schuster Hutchinson. Pick one.
I'm gonna go with Juju here. I would be really hesitant if you have Amari Cooper on your roster to start him right away. This is his first week as a Buffalo Bill, and I mentioned earlier with this matchup against Tennessee, this is likely a game where they'll be able to run the football and have a lead and not have to throw downfield a ton. So I'd be really hesitant with Amari Cooper this week. And then Nick Chubb, obviously, first game off the injury. Jerome Ford is out, which makes it a little more interesting for him, but we have no idea the workload that's going to be there for him. So I would bench him if you can. But Juju, we've hyped him up a lot. We know what he's going to be in this offense. A lot of targets, similar role to what we saw for Rashee Rice. Juju's the guy here.
I run with the Pros with Joe's league with Scott Franco, a Las Vegas resident. And we had a conversation this week to say, hey, Nick Chubb's in our IR. We don't have to move him out. Let's leave him in and see how he does for a week. And Joey had the hot hand this morning. I'm like, oh, Nick Chubb movement. Oh, crap. So Scott's mad at me now. And he's like a pit boss in Las Vegas, so I might not have kneecaps next week, guys.
You know how I disappoint pit bosses in Vegas, Joey, don't Oh, man.
Trash franchise. Yeah.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. The Jaguars are a trash franchise, but let's all remember they used to have Urban Meyer as their head coach, so things have been worse there.
Yeah.
All right, Tim Hetty with the University of Illinois football helmet on there. Did you guys see those Illinois football helmets yesterday?
They were
tight. I liked it. Yeah.
I love them.
Cool.
I love them.
Yeah.
They were sweet.
What's the word on Kenneth Walker? Well, his nickname is KW9, which is pretty cool. But the word is he's playing today. So get him in your lineup.
100%.
Terminal sarcasm.
I love it. Kitty Pickett.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll go back to puppies after cast. I have an orange cat. His name is Kevin. We got him at Christmas, and his name was Simba. We adopted him from a rescue. And on the car ride home, I was like, honey, that name Simba's got to change to my daughter. And I was like, what should we name him? She goes, well, it's Christmas, and we like Home Alone. Let's name him Kevin. I was like, I love you, daughter.
That's why you named your cat Kevin?
Yeah.
That's amazing.
We always give our pets, real people names. Our dog was Robert Loja.
Robert Loja.
Just so when people asked what our dog's name was, we could go, Robert Loja, R as in Robert Loja.
Robert
And I would
Loja.
do the entire thing.
Wow.
Yeah. That was my wife's idea too. So,
So
kudos
good.
to
Yeah.
my wife. Bethany
Oh,
is
man.
incredible. All right. Do they give out red balloons?
99 of them.
Ooh, those are left balloons actually you're looking for.
Yeah.
Oh, Hutch. There you go. Logman 02.
Oh boy.
I've named the day so far. I don't know. Is out there cutting
Sorry.
down logs in the forest.
I shouldn't
Right?
have laughed.
That's what
No, we shouldn't have. Yeah, no.
Najee or Juju? Jagger. I haven't come to you for a question for a while.
I'm going to take Rashee Rice Sr., also known as Juju.
Yep.
And then for QBs, I got them pretty close, actually. Give me just a second. I think I got Baker ahead just by a smidgen.
Do you really?
Yeah.
I would agree that game should be fun. Baltimore and
Points.
Baltimore Tampa Bay. That should be a lot of points scored. And Baltimore secondary has also played quite inconsistently this year as well.
Terrible.
They're
Terrible.
really poor. Yeah.
Steve Fisher. Good morning to you. Good morning to you.
Could have just said good morning.
PPR.
You'd have to say morning.
Wide receiver. What'd you say?
I say he didn't have the decency to type out good morning. He just typed morn.
Yeah. He's in morning touch. Don't make fun of him. He's
My bad.
going through a lot. PPR, wide receiver 3. JSN, Xavier Leggett, McConkey, or Darnell Mooney. Hutchinson, which one?
Oh man. I think I would go with JSN. I was mentioning earlier with the Atlanta-Seattle game, that game should be really fun, really high scoring, a lot of passing volume going around. And I think JSN is going to be a heavy piece of that. He's been so far this year. I do like Leggett this week, though, especially with Deontay, dealing with injury. He should have a really fun game. He scored 2 touchdowns in back-to-back games that he's been healthy. And I love the dollar bill celebration. I really hope we see it again this week.
Yeah.
The dollar bill celebration is legit. I love
Yeah.
it.
As far as dropping Pearsall, I wouldn't do it for Leggett, but I would possibly do it for Jerome Ford. I don't
Especially
think
if you're good at running back.
Yeah. With Chubb coming back, it makes his backfield so much more messy than it already was. And Ford was,
And I don't, because Jerome Ford's missing this week, I don't think if you drop him and Pearsall has a bad game and you click him back up, I think you could probably just get Ford right back. I don't think anyone's
can.
rushing out to grab him. All right. And in terminal sarcasm, Lacey is older, 10 years. She chills and watches Football Guys with me. Well, Lacey.
That's his dog. Yeah, that's his dog. Yeah.
Okay. Lacey's the dog. What's the cat's name? And just keep
Don't know.
notes.
Yeah. Keep track.
C-Bus clones. I don't know. Might be dirty. Who has no idea? Standard League running backs are Henry, Mason, Mostert, and Blake Corum. He's looking to trade for Justice Hill. He wants some insurance for Derrick Henry. Trade Waddle and Spears for Hill, Mooney, or Ladd. So Mooney or Ladd. Is he giving up too much there, Jagger?
To be honest, no. I mean, are you going to take the worst Dolphins receiver and then you're going to get a good top 15-ish week to week with Mooney? As much as we don't want to conceptualize, Mooney has been that good, or Ladd. So
Yeah.
I would do this C-Bus clones. Or do you
In
go by
Dynasty, I
clones?
would prefer Ladd over Mooney, though.
For sure.
Yeah.
If you can
And
get
I would-
Ladd, good.
Oh, sorry. I was gonna say I agree with Jagger. I would do this trade as well. I love buying low on Tyreek Hill and Devon Achane right now because they're like we have seen reports Tua is coming back soon, but they've just been so bad lately. I know there are plenty of home leagues out there where you can buy these guys low before Tua comes back. Because once Tua comes back, it's likely just gonna flip a switch and everything's gonna be okay again.
He's pretty stacked to wide receiver, so yeah, go ahead and do that.
Yeah, go for it.
Yick, which is kind of like Git, but a little different. Half PPR, Ladd or Juju, Jagger.
Papa Juju.
Yes, sir.
And then we've been pretty clear on Goff over Kyler earlier, but Hutchinson, you weren't here then. Would you be Goff over Kyler?
Yeah, I would. The Chargers this year on defense have not allowed a single one of their opponents to score more than 20 points. Like their games are low scoring. They run the football. They control the clock. And that's just not a good situation for Kyler Murray, especially considering the fact that Marvin Harrison Jr. coming back off of concussion. I would not want to play Kyler this week if you don't have to.
Michael France letting us know Walker is active.
Thank
Active
you,
in
Michael
what?
France.
In your lineup.
Mm-hmm. Got a blue car. What? I just said what I saw.
I know.
Mr. Scampers. Good morning, Julia. It's quite a rabbit hole you can go down.
Is it?
She said thanks. Hey, Julia, somebody said they liked your article. Oh, wait, I wasn't supposed to tell you.
You were supposed to say that.
Oh,
Joey. Come on.
Two
Hey,
poly
Polly.
6. That sounds like a Peyton Manning call. Two poly 6. Good morning, football guys. Good morning. Mason, B-Rob, Junior, Leggett, or Lockett. He needs one of them, Hutchinson. Which one should two poly
Just
6 play?
One. I would go with Brian Robinson Jr. here. Against Carolina, this should be a game where they're able to run the football, and Robinson should be a big part of that. He's reported healthy this week. He's good to go. Mason is tempting too, but that shoulder injury we talked about earlier in the show is very, very concerning. So B-Rob it is.
Achan or Mason? Half PPR, Jagger.
Ooh, man.
Mason for now. I don't trust the Dolphins, and they're not very good right now until Tua gets back.
Yep, 100%.
Julia says, I heard you. Okay. Then, good morning, football guys. I have Deontay, Jaden Reed, and Breece Hall starting. Good job. But he needs 2 more. 3 wasn't enough. So, Marvin Harrison Jr., Achan, and McConkey. So, he needs 2 of those. Jagger.
MHJ and McConkey for right now.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I would play HN there. I mean, McConkey's been very, very solid, especially this is PPR, right? You mentioned it's PPR or no?
Yeah, no. He's
No, you're
giving
not.
us no format.
Assuming if it's a half PPR or full PPR, McConkey gets a lot of volume, you got a safe floor there. But Achane is one play away from giving you a massive fantasy day. He's so explosive, and I'm excited to see. Even in this bad offense, I would start Achane and Marvin Harrison Jr.
I've got a slew of injury news right now. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead with the QB question.
Yeah, let me. Anthony Richardson or Kyler? Hutch.
Sorry, my dog's barking in the background. I just don't want to get that heard. My play here would be Richardson.
Okay.
It's scary, but it's a scary situation. But I would play Richardson. Miami's defense has not been that good this year, and this game actually could be sneaky high scoring. Honestly, these are two defenses that have played awful football this year.
On the injury front, most of these are just confirming things. Aaron Jones is healthy. Kenneth Walker, like we said, is healthy. Jeff Wilson's out, if that matters to anyone. All the Colts wide receivers that are expected to play are playing. Drake May scored a touchdown. That's just exciting for me. Other than that, that's it.
Thank you, Jagger. Well, Hutchinson, I want to thank you for being here with us. You're headed over to the Discord. Excuse me, to the AMA. Any parting words for everyone today?
Man, everybody, good luck in your fantasy ball matchups this week. Hope you have some fun.
Thanks, Hutch. All right, we're gonna kick you off now.
Get Hutch. Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
And for the first time this season, he's already smiling at us. I love to see that. Bring it on, Dr. Vig. Vig, what's up, buddy? You're muted.
You're muted, Vig.
Oh my gosh.
Already messing up, dude.
Jeez. Gosh, what a rookie. No, yeah. Sorry about that. I'm excited. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm so excited I forgot to unmute myself, even though it's 2024 and we should have figured out how to do these by now. The Jags are up.
We do it all the time.
Like the Jags don't win games much anymore. Like I'm wearing a Fred Taylor jersey because those are the days I can go back and think about. But we're actually winning. It might be against Jagger, a really abysmal team, but we'll see. We'll see if we hold on for the victory.
We'll be happy to know that Brian Thomas Jr. is the official player this season of Football Guys Sunday Morning Live. We adopted him week 1, Absolutely. And he has paid dividends for us all season long.
Including today. He's looked great. I've been very excited to roster him in a lot of places, but more importantly, excited to have him on my Jags. He might be the only thing to be happy about this year so far.
Perfect. Well, Vic, this is your first time on the show. I would like you just to kind of let our audience know a little bit about yourself.
Oh, thanks, man. I know folks probably have important questions about injuries, and I got to talk a little bit about that Aaron Jones thing I heard right before I popped in. But yeah, I am a doctor. I take care of adults and kids who are typically hospitalized, or only kids and adults who are hospitalized. But injuries have been a passion, and I have personally experienced so many of them because I like to pretend I'm an elite athlete, which I am not. I just cosplay as one for fun and hurt myself, and I've had so many surgeries. I think there's an orthopedic surgeon out there who has a yacht solely due to my injuries and the number of times he's had to operate on me. But yeah, I've been a longtime fan of Football Guys, but also have been loosely affiliated with the team for quite some time, just in the background.
I hope that they name the yacht the Vig, because that'd be a pretty cool name for a yacht.
That is a cool name.
Cool. All right, well, let's get into some of these injuries. Jonathan Taylor out again. Vig, like, how much longer is Jonathan Taylor not going to be in our lineups? Like,
I mean, I think this is it, to tell you the truth. I mean, he really should be back next week. The data really suggests that week 8 would be when he would be able to return at any rate. But depending on how the season goes, I mean, we know he's talented. We've seen what he can do. The Colts very, very well might just say, let's sit him one more week just to be safe, because he has such a high re-injury risk. And we see a lot with running backs in general this season, right? Like so many folks getting injured, staying out. The number of game time decisions we've had this week seemed way more than I can recall in sort of any week in recent memory. So going back to Jonathan Taylor, though, he should be back in week 8. And if he is, I'd expect him to be at like a minimum 75-80% production of what he was doing before. But again, it's hard to know, right? We'll have to see what the Colts do with the way their season's going. I won't blame them if they kind of want to see if they can hold him off one more week, if they think that'll give him better ability to come back and perform. It's really hard to say, but very disappointing for folks who are rostering him everywhere.
Yeah, this guy here drafted a lot of them. All right, Jawan Jennings, Dallas Goedert also out today, as well as Tajay Spears. Jerome Ford will be out. Yay, Nip Chubb. We'll talk about him in a minute. But TJ Hawkinson could have been activated this week. He was activated. He's on the 21-day practice list. Are we expecting TJ Hawkinson to get out there soon for the Vikings?
I think he's already on the later end of what we projected, which I think most folks agree is not a great sign. We know, again, this is an extraordinarily talented guy. His potential was easily to be the tight end one had he not gotten injured so late in the season last year. I'm not very excited because of the kind of injury about Hutchinson coming back and performing at the exact same level that he was before. And given how well his team is performing, I really don't blame them for being cautious and taking a very conservative approach with him. We'll have to sort of see what the reports say. Like you said, the 21-day window opened. Let's see what they say. Let's follow the reports. We know he's extraordinarily talented. He's still relatively very young. These are elite athletes who often really turn the time, these injury return timetables on their head and pull off all sorts of things. So we'll see. But right now, I think it's just too early to tell.
Perfect. Questionable players today: Kenneth Walker, Ray Davis. Did we get a final word on Ray Davis, Jagger?
He's healthy.
He's healthy? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Dontavian Wicks, Josh Downs, Alec Pierce, Michael Pittman Jr. We know all three of those guys are starting. Zamir White, Juju Smith-Schuster, Rashad White, heading into Monday Night Football, Ladd McConkey, and Brian Robinson Jr. I want to talk to you about Rashad White a little bit, Big. We saw some dynamite play from the Buccaneers running backs last week. If you're the Buccaneers coaching staff, are you holding Rashad White out one more week just to let him rest up, or let's just get him back out there? Seems like he's going to play.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard, right? Like, I think if you're the coach, you want to do what's best for the team always. So might as well, if the guy seems healthy, knowing that you have this, what's seeming to become this like really nice committee, why not use it for fantasy players everywhere? That entire backfield's a nightmare. Like, I don't know, who do you guys start? Even if they're all healthy, like you just never know what they're going to do. And you can see that people are dropping and picking up Buccaneers players left and right, but all of it's a crapshoot, isn't it? I don't know. That's a tough call to make.
All right. I see some trash talk in the chat towards me.
I see that.
Soon. Yeah.
I see that.
We'll get to it. Yeah. Expected to play this week: Nick Chubb. We'll hit that one last. Deontay Johnson, Mason Rudolph, James Cook, Trey Sermon, Anthony Richardson, Aaron Jones, Mike Evans, Ricky Pearsall making his season debut. I want to talk to you, Dr. Vega, about Pearsall and Nick Chubb. So Ricky Pearsall got shot. And I'm just going to come out and say it because we know he did. But he's on the field this week. If he's recovered, is there any type of re-injury that comes from an injury like that could happen? Or
besides being old?
No, honestly, and I don't think so. I think Ricky Pearsall, if there's any dip in the production, it's going to be that we finally see him on the field. He's got to get used to playing at this game speed. We know he's talented. Matt Harmon has had some really great stuff that he's shown about like what Pearsall did when he was out in Florida. I think the guy could be great. Again, a lot of this might just be psychologic. And really, by psychologic, I don't mean the whole injury thing. Psychologic stuff's going to play a lot into Nick Chubb, which I think we're going to get to. But I think Pearsall, this is the first week that he's playing in the NFL. It's hard to know, right? He could be that guy that just completely blows up, or he could completely implode. I don't think the injury itself is going to have much of a role in how he performs today.
Yeah, excellent. I was just curious about that. And then Nick Chubb, he's here.
Oh man, Nick Chubb.
So easing him in, or
so Nick Chubb's injury is obviously, we've known he's injured it multiple times. Injuring the important ligaments and menisci of the knee are really, really hard to come back from physically, and almost more importantly, psychologically. It takes forever, even for elite athletes. And we've all seen it. Very few people have come back from an ACL and done extraordinarily well in that first season when it's just the ACL. But when you have more complex tears, it becomes really, really challenging. The question is, we know Nick Chubb is an elite player. We know he's an absolute monster. I think he has that monster mindset. But the challenge is really going to be, what do you do with a guy who's injured? He's on the older side. He's a running back. He needs to be able to really get a lot of volume to be helpful for fantasy players, unless it's some sort of like points per carry league and maybe you're getting a lot of points there. But I think all of this to say, if you have Nick Chubb, he's a very risky start in his first game back. He's generally a risky start until he proves himself for any game. I'm not saying he couldn't do it. That man is an outlier. He is incredible. It's just, and I know I'm not really helping you all, but I personally am not starting Nick Chubb in the leagues in which I have him yet. I just need to see what the team is going to do and how they're going to use him.
I don't want to correct a doctor, but I feel like I need to for our audience. I'm surprised you about misinformation. Nick Chubb is an NFL player. He is not a monster. He is a human being.
That is fair. He is a human being with a soul. This is fair.
He is not a monster.
I stand corrected, and Joey Wright is correct as always.
Yeah. I'm gonna get as much mileage out of that monster joke I told 2 weeks ago as possible, because it just keeps on delivering. Oh. All right, let's get back into the questions. Julia's mouthing off about something. Oh, wait, not expected to play. Let's talk about those guys. Cooper Kupp, Will Levis, Jacoby Myers, and Quentin Johnston are not expected to play today. I do want to talk about Cooper Kupp, Dr. Beg. Like, when do we expect him out there? Because this week there was the rumblings, we're gonna see him, and then no, he's not playing.
I mean, he almost certainly will be back next week. I would be shocked. He has a very, very high re-injury risk, the kind of injury that you could get again when in practice. We know Kupp is older, which hurts me to say because I'm so much older than these guys. But he should be fine next week. He should be back next week. It's just he's going to be a week in, week out. His injury is one that you just have a higher chance of getting re-injured.
Perfect. Now, are there any players that we didn't go over that you wanted to kind of put a little note on?
Yeah, I want to talk about hamstring injuries because we don't talk about them as much. And there's 2 players with hamstring injuries that are officially declared as playing. One of them even gets the full out healthy tag. But the important thing is, like, hamstring injuries are not easy injuries to come back from. And there's something very interesting about Aaron Jones, who is declared healthy, and he could be fantastic, but he had sort of a proximal or upper hamstring injury. Those are rare. You tend to hurt yourself a little bit more lower down around the middle. So though he is being declared as completely healthy, hope you're okay there, Joey. I don't know, Joey. Is Joey fine, guys? I can't tell.
Are you
Joey?
fine?
You were Joey was coughing so much. I'm like knocking my mic off. I don't even know. All right, I'm just gonna hold it in my hand now. Aaron Jones is someone, if I don't absolutely need to start him, I would be a little hesitant this week because I don't know, these sort of injuries are just not really great. And same with like Mike Evans. Mike Evans, 3 days after a hamstring injury, all of a sudden is completely fine. He could be, and we know Mike Evans again. We know he has a great connection with his quarterback there, and we know that he's always good for potentially 1 to 2 touchdowns, depending on how the game goes. You never know. But he's another one who, unless I absolutely need to start him, and unless I don't have a good other backup plan, he's another one that I'm slightly worried about because these 2 players with the hamstring injuries we didn't talk about are folks that are slightly more risky plays. These are the kind of folks who might end up being on the field and give you a big goose egg. Though, of course, they're also the same kind of guys who could give you like 20 points a game. So, but be careful with both of them.
Mike Evans is a monster. Just want to put that out there. All right.
He's a human with a soul.
Yeah, Julia said something. I think they just said old man Davis is in. Scampers confirming that as a true statement.
Uncle Baby is what I like to call him because he's an old rookie.
Felix PPR, Goodson or S. Tucker? Vig, we'll go to you first.
Well, if we're talking about Felix PPR specifically, I have no idea. I'm just kidding, guys. I make more typos than anybody else. Do we have to go to me first? Because I'm just sad to have to.
Nope, we're going Jagger first. Goodson or Sean Tucker?
I'll take Goodson for here because I just know his role right now, and I just need to see what the Bucks are going to do.
Do you for sure know? It's hard to say, I feel. Because okay, fine. I was going to say Goodson, but because you said Goodson, I'm going to say Tucker just so I can victory lap that if I'm right. But really, no, Goodson makes sense.
As a Bucks fan, the only running back I feel comfortable in starting for the Buccaneers right now is Bucky Irving because I know what his role is. What we saw to Tucker last week, I know Rachaad White can do that in better. I don't know if he can do it better, but I'm nervous about Rachaad White this week. I'll start him if I have him and I need to, but I'm pivoting if I need to as well. But Bucky Irving's the only one that I'm comfortable starting. Tucker, I kind of want to see it one more week. I don't know. And then Julia is just saying, oh, Hutch. And Tootsie Pop in here, our good friend Rachel. Thanks, Julia, for confirming my question. I like Slayton too. And hi, Hutch, Jagger, and Joey. Doesn't care about you, Vig, but that's okay.
Yeah.
I don't think she knew you're going to be here. But what is hands down the best Halloween movie? Okay, let's go across the board. Jagger, go to you first. Best Halloween movie.
Tales from the Hood.
This is the second time you mentioned that movie this week. Big Halloween.
I don't know, man. I like thinking about it. This is really hard. I know this is complete blasphemy. It is not the best. It is just the most nostalgic for me. It has a lot of great family memories. So I'm going to go with Hocus Pocus. There's a lot of like very particular childhood fun and memories I have with that one. But if I think about it, I will come up with an actually good Halloween movie.
I mean, Rachel, it's Halloween, but like that's so textbook. I did this on the Fantasy Football Show this week. I'm going to recommend a movie, Trick or Treat. It's truly a great Halloween movie. It takes place on Halloween night. It's like 5 different little short movies that all connect into one. Great little character villain there. Yeah, Trick or Treat, super fun.
Can I like say like Army of Darkness? Would y'all count that?
Oh, you can absolutely say Army of Darkness.
I love Army of Darkness.
Yeah.
Never watched it.
This is my boom. All right. Now Google Riff. Do you know what vamp means, Big? Like to vamp?
I don't think so. In what context? I don't know.
I was telling Hutchinson he could vamp a little bit if he needed to, because we were needing some questions to come in, which I have. And I said, you can vamp a little bit. And Hutch had to Google it. All right, Dan. And here's the trash talk. Did you guys throw Joey a soiree after he got his first Footballguys Bowl win last week? Jagger, did you throw me a soiree?
I sent him a thumbs up. No, I'm just kidding. I didn't even know. Is he down bad too? You guys are kicking our butts in there.
Yeah. So whatever. Get out of here. Leo, howdy with a cowboy. That's my emoji that I like to send out. It's one of my favorites. I have to bench one. 4 points per passing touchdowns. And then he followed it up with the players: Murray, Goff, and Rodgers. So bench one, Big. Which one you benching?
Murray. Yeah, I'm going to bench Kyler Murray, I think.
Okay.
I mean, I'm not saying Devontae Adams is going to just his addition alone is changing the entire mindset of that team, but I think Kyler could be really great here. I just like the matchups that Goff and Rodgers with the Jets has today.
All right. And Hoosier Thomas, the 8th twin. Well, hopefully it was filling. Good morning to you. On PPR, wide receiver 3. JSN, Leggett, McConkey, Juju, or Mooney? Jagger, pick one. Wait, we did this. Steve.
Yeah, I was about to say, I'm pretty sure.
He's repeating himself. And message for Hutchinson. Kids, you age looking up terms is cringe. No cap. Skibbity, no sigma.
I don't know skibbity and no sigma, but a cringe and no cap, I know. I think that's fair.
Yeah.
D's versus Ben. Hey guys, please pick 3 in a PPR league. Downs, JSN, Addison, Worthy, James Conner. Big. Pick 3. So
3 after
bench
these guys.
2.
Bench 2. I'm looking at the quarterbacks too because he has Geno and Mahomes. Not that matters as much, but I would bench Xavier Worthy. I feel like the guy is a little too big play dependent. Like if you look at his points last week, he looked great, right? And you think he's in that clear position to be a number 1 kind of guy, but that's just not what happened. The Chiefs aren't playing; they're winning, but they're not playing the same way. And he had that one big play off a design sort of run, I think, last week that got him the big point. So definitely bench Worthy, and then between Downs, Jason, and Addison. I forgot what it was with Downs' injury specifically, but I think he's just coming. He had some injury notification earlier. I have to look into my notes to see. So
it was a ticky-tack injury. I don't think it was anything that we need to worry about.
Was it the toe? Oh, his was the toe. It was just the toe. Yeah. I'd still bench him anyway. I don't love that offense very much, and I think I might get more out of Jason and Addison today.
All right.
It wasn't it was his toe. It was like some sort of weird turf toe thing that they didn't really talk too much about, but then they just put him on the injury report, and all of a sudden he's fine.
The Alfredo versus Dave. Alfredo showed up and Dave didn't. So Alfredo wins this week. Even though I saw Dave yesterday. I spent the afternoon with Dave Kluge last night with his family. I got to meet my kids. It was a very fun time. But then he showed his feet on the internet. So Dave loses this week.
I saw that. I was just like, why is he barefoot? It looks unhinged behavior in a Disney World. I'm glad someone else talked about it because I've been dying to.
No, they had a nice little house in St. Augustine that the families were staying at. And we went outside to take a photo before my wife and my kids and I left. And Dave said, I'm on vacation. No shirt, no shoes, no problem. But he put a shirt on for me, so I appreciate that. All right. Jermaine, 21 Harris. Aaron Jones or James Cook? Jag?
Cook.
Easy. Same here, Cook. Especially with that Aaron Jones injury we talked about earlier. I just don't love coming back from a hamstring injury, especially a proximal hamstring injury for a running back.
All right. Lady Mo has a question. Mason or Jay Downs in the flex? Vig? That's Jordan Mason.
Yeah. Jay Downs. It was just a mild turf toe. It took me a second to think about it. At worst, he gets like a mild, small dip in production, 5 to 10% at most. I suspect he'd be much better.
Lockman, I'm not putting your comment up. Terminal sarcasm.
I saw it. It's so funny.
John Wayne Gary is the scariest clown. John Wayne Gacy was pretty scary too, but John Wayne Gary, wow. Yeah. Sorry, Terminal. You're here every week, and I made fun of your typo. Shame on me. Julia, clowns are the worst thing ever in the history of time and space.
Then why is Doug Peterson still coaching? No,
yeah. Can I say my clown?
Yeah.
Unless you're playing a team managed by Julia Papworth.
Oh, got her.
All right. And then he corrects it himself, Gacy. Our Schaff.
Dynasty.
12 team, PPR Dynasty. Jalen Warren or WW?
World War? I don't know.
Wade Wilson?
Weight Watchers?
That'd be cool. Weight Watchers.
Yeah. That'd be an Eddie Lacy versus Weight Watchers question.
Yeah. It's definitely Jalen Warren. Jalen Warren is the one I'd want. Please don't puke. I love that. Thank you.
Yeah.
Jalen Warren.
I think what he's saying is that Jalen Warren, or you go to the waiver wire and pick up Akers, McNichols, or Goodson. Please don't puke.
Okay. Thank you. Warren.
Keep Warren.
Okay. Excellent. If I would have read the rest of the question, we would have pretty much worked ourselves through that, but we wanted to just make fun of them instead. RB2. Yeah, we got you an answer.
I like it.
The Brits like the long hair. We'll
Those
go to
two
England.
Trevor Lawrence. That was my Trevor
Or
Lawrence
mine.
comment.
I'm trying to get my Trevor Lawrence hair. Look, mine's a little long too. I'll just leave it like this for the rest of the show.
Benny Reckett. I like his picture. That's pretty cool. Hey, chat. Mooney, Watson, Ayuk, Worthy. Pick 2. Oh, Dr. Vig lit his hair down. Look at that. Julia.
Yeah, we talk about long hair. I'm my channeling my little
Brits.
Trevor Lawrence here.
We'll go to you on this one, Big. Mooney, Watson, Ayuk, or Worthy. Pick 2. And we know you don't like Worthy this week.
I don't like Worthy this week. And I think, which Watson are we talking about? Not Deshaun Christian, right? Probably because it's flex. See, that's me using deductive reasoning there. Ayuk and Mooney. I really already talked about Worthy earlier and don't really like him very much. Just don't know what Christian Watson's going to be able to do. I feel like he's just too much of a big boom bust kind of guy this week.
Perfect. Tip's in here with us. Tip. Good morning, buddy. And yes, those Illinois helmets were fire.
Okay, wait. Actually, can I ask y'all a question?
Yeah.
Going back to Christian Watson, one thing to think about. Doesn't Houston have 2 defensive backs out this week with Lassiter and Ward?
Yep.
They both hurt. Honestly, if you think about it that way, let me take that back. I think there's going to be a lot more potential for the Packers to do pretty well if we can go back. Yeah, so maybe Mooney and Watson actually, because Watson may have a really good setup this week.
My dog was Olivia Pope.
That's what she named her dog, Olivia Pope. That's nice.
I don't think Julia lies. Speaking of Illinois football helmets, the Indiana Hoosiers are still undefeated. Way to get that one in there.
Illinois just now?
I don't know what I said.
Okay.
Yeah.
Don't do it.
I probably did. Is it Illinois?
Yeah.
I'm a Midwest guy now. I live in Ohio. Yes, I'm fairly certain it's Illinois.
So it's not Illinois?
Nah.
Like bring in the noise? No? Okay, Illinois. Don't put an S there if you don't want me to say it. Stupid state. All right. Thank God you're not a swing state because I would have just swung you the other way. All right. Our dog is Walter Bishop after the Fringe TV show. Okay.
I bet he likes X-Files too.
AK, morning, everyone. Any help? PPR flex. Spot Waddle or Worthy? Jagger.
Worthy.
Jagger, help me understand this a little bit more. Why so?
Because both of them are boom bust players and one of them has a quarterback.
Fair enough. I just didn't like what I saw with Worthy last week when he really should have, with like Rice being out. He really should have been the guy. And yet, obviously this week, now that I've said that, everything's going to be completely different. I just feel like, yeah, he's very boom bust. He does have a quarterback. I think Waddle's going to do better. This is going to be my second going against Jagger. So hopefully I can victory lap later move.
Kudos to Joey for rescuing his kitty.
He's right more right. Yeah. I was just going to say Jagger is right more often than I am. I would go with him for starts. Trust me for like injury questions, but everything else, I would trust Jagger more than I trust me.
I'm always right.
And Joey is always right. This is true. Jose correcto.
Jose correcto. Yeah.
Correcto. Yeah. And then, yeah, I did rescue my kitty. It's pretty cool. No, he rescued us.
Oh, God.
Good morning, gents. Tyler Goodson or Rashad Bateman? Big.
Goodson for floor?
Oh,
sorry.
Okay. No, you can.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Like, if you're, I know people don't talk too much about this and they don't like it when folks do talk about, like, do you need more of a floor or a ceiling? But Goodson for floor, Bateman for ceiling. Like, if you're projected to be in a very close game, Goodson's probably the safer bet. But if, you really are needing someone to go off and win, Bateman might be the guy to get you there. I just don't think Goodson gets you that today.
Tip saying all three of you brought the hoodie game. I guess this was on when Hutch was on. Yeah. My t-shirt matches Jagger's hoodie. So we didn't. I brought the lightning bear out today. I haven't brought him out.
You brought the lightning bear. Yeah.
I said I wasn't going to wear a hat on the show this year. And then I haven't gotten a haircut lately. And I'm like, it's getting a little too Ron Burgundy now. It's like really high and I got to fit it all in the frame. So we're running hat a few more weeks. Okay. Benny's in here answering questions. Thanks, Benny. No bubble guts for me. I'm a log man. Yeah.
I've been laughing at that for like an hour. I saw that comment.
All right. Cat's name is Nitty. Oh,
like
Notre Dame, like Nittany Lion.
Yeah, that's what
State. Yeah. I got a really good Penn State joke I can tell off camera. All right, full PPR, 6 points per passing touchdown. Kyler Murray or Andy Dalton? Big. Kyler or Andy?
Kyler. I feel like
you
you never know with these guys, but yeah, Kyler.
I want to give him some love. And then Cook will feast today.
Let's hope, Benny.
Put that on Twitter. That's a good one.
Please do. I hope you're right, Benny.
Mm-hmm. Thanks, Benny. Oh, look at that. I just love it. The chat's helping each other out. They don't even need us here. I'm going to end the show now. No, I'm going to stay for a little bit longer. Rams defense, Cincy, Bills need one.
I'm going to play the Bills because they're playing against the Titans who have Mason Rudolph.
Correct. And that is the 100% right answer.
We got a trade question. Ayuk for Higgins. Which side would you rather have?
I'd rather have Ayuk.
Same.
I'd rather have Higgins.
Yeah. Oh, why so, Joey? Teach us your ways.
I like that offense a lot more. I think Higgins, he's actually been out targeting Jamar Chase this season. I think Higgins is having a good season. So, we're splitting hairs. Whenever you have a position for position trade, it's got to be pretty even to begin with. So I don't hate that you guys said Ayuk over Higgins. I would just rather have Higgins.
That's fair.
Steve Fisher, Kraft or Laporta. We went over that earlier, and it was Laporta.
I'm glad I agreed.
All right. Kraft or Ertz. This sounds like two types of cheeses. I'd rather have Kraft. Benny. Sermon might just run all over Miami. I'd risk it for the biscuit and start Murray. Okay.
That's my catchphrase. Thank you.
Risk it for the biscuit. That is true.
Karen.
Oh, for what it's worth, we didn't answer that second part of that question, but yeah, Sermon for sure too.
Oh, what was the second part? It was about biscuits.
Well, I think they said Murray or Dalton, but then they had mentioned Sermon down something else for flex, and I think Sermon really might run over Miami, so I'd pick him.
I don't know how to read. I'm sorry. Thanks for getting in there, Benny, and helping us out. Karen picked up Charbonnet in case. There you go. Walker is active. Should I drop Charbonnet for Juju? Yep. Go ahead and do that.
Yes.
But way to be proactive.
You're welcome, Karen. No.
Julian. And this is the first time I have Jordan Whittington's name come up today. And I think it's worth mentioning because I think he's going to get some work today. So Jordan Whittington, Nick Chubb, Worthy, or Judy Jagger.
Worthy for ceiling, Whittington for floor. And that floor is low. I meant like if you need 8 points, Jordan Whittington. If you need 15, Worthy.
All right. Go ahead, Vic. You look like you want to say
I was
something.
going to say, I agree. You know, I want to go back to this Worthy thing I talked about. Like, yeah, I know he has Pat Mahomes. He had Pat Mahomes last time too. It's just he's such a boom bust guy that I agree. Like, he's going to be very dependent on big plays and touchdowns, which may or may not happen. But if you're okay with him being a boom bust guy, go ahead, start Worthy this week. I just don't know how safe his floor is for this week. So just to go back on, like, I know I brought him up a couple times now. I really like Xavier Worthy. I'm rostering him everywhere. I'm just cautiously starting him today.
I'm going to try to rapid fire some questions here. We got quite a lot more questions this week than we did last time we had a London game. So Chubb or Tracy? Jagger.
Tracy.
And then Big Goodson, Sean Tucker, or Jalen Warren?
Ooh. I'm sorry you're in the spot, but I'm in the spot in multiple leagues as well. Oh, you said rapid fire. We'll just use Goodson because, again, like you said, we have a rough idea as to what he's going to do and what his role is.
Should we hold on to Tyler Chandler?
Yes.
Jagger.
I'd rather have Chandler over Akers. Akers is ungood, and Chandler is okay.
Questions seem out of order today. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like following it feels like some of them came in late or something. I don't know. And then Eckler, Cooper, or Mostert? Big.
Ooh, Eckler, Cooper, Mostert. Eckler. I don't like Mostert very much today. I mean, he has potential to run all over him, but with A-Shane back, I think I'd have better ceiling with Eckler.
All right. And that's going to do us for today. If we didn't get your questions, I greatly apologize. You can hop over to the Discord. Hutchinson Brown is over there right now answering all of your Sunday morning AMA questions over in the Discord, and we'll throw the link in the chat here. Vig, thank you so much for being here with us today. I know you're going to be back with us one more time this year. Any parting words? We like to leave our audience with parting words. Do you have any for us?
Because I might be the only person to say it on this show ever. Go Jags.
Okay.
Go me.
Right.
Those are my parting words.
Yeah. Go Jags. Jagger, what would you like to leave our audience with today?
Have fun, guys. Go Drake May. It's time to make adjustments and move past our priors, which I've been doing because it is now week 7. Jeff wasn't here. Clear eyes, full hearts, can't lose.
I felt it when you said it too.
Yeah.
Guys, thank you so much for being here. If you make sure to like and subscribe, if you're not subscribed to the channel, make sure to do that. It helps keep the lights on. Actually, I don't know if it keeps the lights on. I can do that myself. Please, thank you so much for joining us, and we'll see you next week. Bye, guys.
Love you guys.